Hello, hello. I believe I am live. Let me just drop a quick everyone tag. How are we all doing? Let me just post that little everyone tag so that you'll get a notification. Facebook doesn't always tell you. And as we go through the week, numbers dwindle. So it's nice to see you if you're here. So if you're here live, give me a wee hello so that I know you're here. And hey, Anne, lovely to have you. Let me just, hey, Linda. Lovely to have you here. So let me know if you're watching live. Let me know if you are a replay viewer when you're watching this in the replay. Hit me a wee hashtag replay so I know you've caught up. Hey Elaine, lovely to have you here. So how's life? How has your day been? Have you been embodying your warrior goddess today? I have been loving reading everybody's songs and how people were going about that today. And I know that a lot of you miss having a meditation in the morning, so we're going to do one tonight. But we'll keep it for later. We'll keep it for later. We'll have a chat. There are loads of questions today, which is great. Normally by Thursday, in one of these challenges or these events, normally by Thursday, there's nobody here. Normally by Thursday, I'm sort of sitting here talking to myself. So I am loving the fact that you guys are here. So let's see if we can smash this out of the park today. I'm just going to put the just going to pop the comments on my phone here in front of me. That's okay. And you did your best, but work took over. It's all about just the intention. And then when you remember, you're like, no, I'm just going to embody her again. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. Hey, Lynn, welcome in. Lynn is the first one to jump in, both feet into the circle. So big gold star and a massive whoop for moving past any fear, any hesitation, and just deciding to really bet on yourself, Lynn. So I'm so excited. I know you've just been filling in your application and I can't wait to have we read and get you in. So it's so exciting. So big congratulations, big up for Lynn, who has joined the circle. That's okay, Lynn. You pop in, pop out, do whatever you need to do. Tonight is all about you guys. I want you to tell me how you've been feeling. I want to know so far this week, what's been coming up? Have you been noticing any fear, any resistance, anything coming up that's been like kind of bubbling to the surface? Anything that we maybe, you know, needs to have a little look. We need to maybe just start to sweep that away. Or likewise, have you noticed that you've been starting to really trust yourself a little bit more? You've starting to embody things a little bit more. Hiya, Leslie. So it's really, really let me know. Let me know where we're at. Let me know how we're feeling. Yeah. And let me know as well if the circle's calling you but fear's standing in your way. And you're like, I'm a bit scared. I'm a bit scared. Let me know if that's the crack. So tonight I want to talk to you. I'm going to have a quick look through all your comments. I'm going to look through two Ask Me Anything posts because I missed some questions last night. Last night was a bit hectic because I was on Zoom and I wasn't able to see all the comments properly and I wasn't able to see Facebook properly. So I'm on just Facebook tonight. Hiya, Joanne. Um, so I'll be able to see everything better. So I know that for Lynn in particular, I missed a couple of questions last night. I'm gonna answer those tonight. I'm gonna answer all the things. Elaine, you're feeling pushed to do more. More of what? More of what lights you up? Let me know what you're feeling pushed to do more of. Yeah. Joanne, you haven't stopped smiling all day. I love that. It's good. Anne says a bit up and down. The self trust isn't quite there, but I do feel I trust myself more now than I did at the start of the week. Good. So it's movement in the right direction. It's movement in the right direction. And remember, guys, you have access to all this stuff. Facebook have changed their policies and will take the live videos down after 30 days, which is a right royal pain in the bum. So what I would suggest you do, you can download them. I think if you want to keep them, you can download anything from the group and just use it to keep it. It's free for you to use. Um, yes. So more of what lights you up, Elaine. I love that. What lights you up? Tell me. Let's get to know each other a bit better. Tell me what lights you up. Tell me what, tell each, all of you, tell me what lights you up, what makes your heart sing, what makes you really go, yes, I am doing what I came here to do. I am here and I'm happy and I'm loving my life. Yeah. Makes you feel like that. Really interesting to hear. Um, so I'm going to have a read through everything that you said today. I'm going to have an answer or go through and answer all your questions. And then we're going to do a little bit of going to do a small, like short, teachy sort of segment about warrior goddess and about the energy we can embody and maybe touch a little bit into shadow work, just a little bit. Um, and then we will wrap up tonight with a really gorgeous warrior goddess awakening meditation. Drop me a one in the comments if that sounds good. If you're here for that. I'm going to finish my coffee. I always say I'm going to finish my coffee, and I never do, and I end up with a little bit. Music and helping others, Elaine. I love that. Love that. I can't beat music. I have to say, music is so evocative. It can fire you up. It can slow you down. It can connect you. It can disconnect you depending on the type of music. You know, it's really really good. Gotten one from Leslie, good stuff. One from Lynn, good stuff. One from Linda. And what makes my heart sing is helping animals with Reiki. Don't have any clients yet, so you're giving your cats Reiki. That's okay. The key word there is yet. Yeah. Connecting with animals is my main passion. I love that. I love that. It's funny. I'm not sure if Karen's on live. Hi, Denise. Hi, Anna. I'm not sure if Karen's on the live, but Karen is in the circle. She's also in Soulpreneur space, and Karen works with animals and does Reiki and stuff. But she's repositioning her Reiki practice to make it fit up in a better way that works for her. So it might just be sometimes what I would say, Anne, is sometimes we get very focused on this is how we have to give Reiki to animals and I want to do it this way and have these type of clients. And it might be that actually maybe just give yourself permission to drop the box that you're putting yourself in and explore because it might come in a different way. The beautiful thing about Reiki is that it plugs into anything. So Reiki can always be there. Yeah, Reiki can always be there. And it can feed into other aspects of your work. So for example, all the way through this week, I've been holding us in a state of Reiki, even though I haven't been specifically giving each and every person Reiki. I have been connecting to the Holy Fire before I start, and I've been holding that energy and that frequency in the group all week. When I do the meditations, I connect to that frequency and hold that whenever I was working in the ambulance, I would have been out and I would have been holding the frequency of Reiki. Does that make sense? So it's like it can be everywhere. It can be everywhere at once. And actually, I think I'm gonna jump in and have a wee look at these because I'm jumping ahead of myself a little bit just because I'm reading the comments. But I'm gonna have a quick look. Let me see. Where's today's stuff? There's today's. So let me read everybody's stuff from today. Um, So, Anne, you opted for music. You went with Valhalla Calling, listen to the drums, declared, I am powerful, I am limitless, I am the embodiment of divine strength, gorgeous, connected to Mother Earth, felt a surge of energy, fabulous. And your message that your warrior goddess has for you, trust, my love. Yeah, trust in the vast power that already flows within you. You're not seeking strength, you are strength. You're not beautiful, beautiful. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's quite long, but I'm just wanting to go in. When you embody her energy, you feel unstoppable. Beautiful. I'm loving reading these. Embodiment declaration that Anne wrote. I am the embodiment of my warrior goddess energy. I stand tall, rooted in my power, moving through the world with confidence and grace. I trust myself wholeheartedly, knowing that my strength is limitless. My presence is undeniable. Feel the energy of that. Take up space unapologetically, speaking my truth with conviction. Walk my path with unwavering certainty. I release doubt and embrace my divine power, allowing it to guide me in every step. From this moment forward, I embody my warrior goddess energy fully, fearlessly, and unapologetically. I am powerful. I am limitless. I am divine strength in motion. Yes. And I love that you write everything for us because it's really powerful and it makes it real. I also love your image that you've created. You're so good. You're so good with that, with the image generations. Really, really powerful. Really powerful. I felt every word of that when I read that this morning, and it actually nearly moved me to tears. It was so powerful. And I know that Natalie found it powerful, Denise found it powerful, anybody else. Imagine what each and every one of us could do if we surrendered to that energy every day. Yeah. Imagine how life would change. Imagine bringing that energy into your business, bringing that energy to your clients, bringing that energy that, no, I'm here. I am here and I am here to help. And I can do that through beautiful, beautiful activations, beautiful cards, beautiful writing. You have a book and everything, Anne. You have so many different tools. Yeah. Hi, Janae. Coming in late, trying to catch up, being swamped. No, my darling, you can stay here and watch if you want. We're going to do a warrior goddess activation. We're going to step into our female power. So you're more than welcome to stay here. You don't need to. You don't have to go back to the beginning, although you can if you want. It's all going to be here, so it's entirely up to you, my lovely. I'm just going through today's task. But I love that, and I love the fact that you use it was like that real. There's a real the shamanic vibe and the drum and stuff. The drum's really powerful. I love that. I love that for you, Anne. And Denise, you love this one. Your music is This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. Big, big song. I know that a lot of people identify with that, and it's really, really good. I love that. I love how you put that. Your whole body opens up and takes the space physically when you listen to it and you believe you can do anything. And I love that. So the purpose of this today was rather than me giving you a meditation where you have to go inward and you're sitting quite, because usually when we meditate, we're quite sort of quiet and small. I wanted you guys to use music, to use an outfit, to take up space today, to embody this. Because here's the thing, right? We can do this work until we're blue in the face. We can do all the meditation, we can do all the journaling, we can sit quietly in our little space and just, send ripples of positive energy out. And that's fabulous and that makes a world of difference. But when we stand up and embody it, it makes an even bigger difference. It creates something bigger than us that we can step into. The thing that we talked about right back on Sunday night when we kicked this off with our intention setting, where we were like, this is bigger than us. The circle was created because it's bigger than us. To tap into the circle, into the community spirit in the circle, to the support, the guidance, the nurturing in the circle, to help you build your confidence, your trust, and all the things we talked about last night. It's bigger than us. And that's why I didn't put meditations for every single day this time. That's why I changed this around. I feel the energy has much improved this time because you guys are embodying it. Yeah. Elaine, I love that song too. And Rewrite the Stars, that's another good one, yeah. So Denise, I love it. And what I love about Denise as well is Denise came to me, what was it, June, July last year, did her Reiki 1. And life has changed massively since then. The growth that Denise has had has been unreal. She has applied herself, she's integrated it. I joke sometimes with her and go, you're my like gold star client because you do the work. Yeah. Because it's so easy sometimes for us to tick the box and do the thing and then put it down and try something else. I'm about embodying and implementing. There's no point learning all this stuff if we don't implement it. Yeah. And it's like, my mentors say that to me, particularly my business mentors. They're like, even you can be in all the courses and do all the things, but if you're not actually implementing, then it's not gonna change. So yeah, I love it. I love this today. I had shared my favorite fiery song is "I Am the Fire" by Hailstorm. Um, because it starts with, am I brave enough? Am I strong enough to follow the desire that burns from within? Push away my fear to stand where I'm afraid, because I'm through with this. and I am more than this. And I promise to myself alone and no one else, my flame is rising higher. I am a fire. Love it. Yeah. I love, as I said in today's task video, I love Disturbs. Are you ready? Because it's an anthem of just being ready and not being anyone's victim anymore. It's standing up and going, no. Yeah. And there's fire and there's bite behind it. Yeah. What else have we got today? Um, Natalie shared Alicia Keys, This Girl is on Fire. That's her ultimate warrior goddess energy. Natalie is with her mentor tonight, so she's not on the live with us tonight, but we've got Linda, your other ambassadors here. Make sure if you've got questions about the circle that you're maybe too scared to come to me with, you can go and ask Linda. Please don't be frightened to come to me. My inbox is open. I know I've messaged quite a few of you today just to check in. If I haven't messaged you, it's simply because I haven't got to you yet. Feel free to message me if you've got questions. Um, but Natalie went to work today power dressed. She listened to the song on the way in, and I have no doubt that she will have kicked ass today in work. And I love that. I love that. Leslie, yours was Fight Song by Rachel Platten, and a lot of meaning for you. You heard it whenever you were going to a difficult meeting, and it was just, it really gave you that strength. And I love that. And this is the point of this song, this anchor point, the outfit, the power pose, the something that will tap you straight into this energy. And music's great for that because you can put it on in your car when you're going somewhere. You can pop it in your ears when you're, if you need to go out for a walk and you're doing something, pop it in. You can use it quickly to ignite that fire and that passion. Yeah. Linda says, so excited, looking forward to our circle expanding with new members. Absolutely. Lynn's like, I've just got a playlist of great songs. I know, right? There's your Warrior Goddess playlist. I'm loving this. Anna, fucking Perfect by Pink. That is a song. That is a big song. And I love the essence behind that. It was one of my niece's favorite songs. Bless her, she's no longer with us, but that was a song that she loved. And that whole message that you got from your inner warrior goddess, Anna. Yeah, empower yourself from within. Anchor yourself as the one reason to show all the energy and power you have. You have done this before for others. It's time to do so for yourself. It's now. You are the key, the door of your purpose. Yes, change for the better around you. It will not open without you putting yourself first. And this is what I was trying to get across last night when I was telling you about the circle. It's the circle isn't just there as a place for you to hang out and belong. It's actually a place by choosing to jump in. What you're actually doing is you're sending a powerful message that you're ready to put yourself first, that you're ready to go, I am worthy of the support, I am worthy of belonging, I am worthy of stepping into this movement that is bigger than me, and together we can make a difference. And if there's ever been a time in the world where we need to stand together, it's right now. And we need to raise the collective frequency. We need to shift the fear and the bullshit out of the way. And by stepping into our warrior goddess power and coming together to do that, because when we do it in a group, my God, I'm so excited actually for the meditation and the activation tonight, because I really do think it's gonna be really powerful for us all. So I'm loving those. I know that not everybody's had a chance to do them yet, and there's plenty of time to catch up, folks. As I say, I'll not be taking the group down anytime soon. Facebook will take the live videos down within 30 days. So I would urge you, if you want to, you can download them. When you click onto them, three wee dots at the right hand side should allow you to download. So yes, Janae, it is about us being light workers. It is about, you know, and I know we had this conversation when we had a little chat. The times now, we're all here for a reason. Yeah. We are all here right now in this time, in this place, because we chose to incarnate at this time. We chose to be the way showers. We chose to be the light bringers. We chose to help raise the frequency. Yeah. And the thing about it is, and I know that a few of you have said to me, I'm a wee bit frightened. I really want to jump into the circle, but I'm a bit scared. I don't know. I don't know if I can really commit. I don't know if I can really, don't know if it's, if I, what I'm hearing underneath all these fears about, I'm not sure if I can commit, I'm not sure if I have the time, I'm not sure if it's the right thing right for me right now, or I'm maybe too busy, and these different things that are coming up is what I'm hearing underneath that is a fear of not being good enough. Let me blow that out the water right now. We are all good enough. The circle isn't some big fancy pants place. You have got to know me this week. What you see is what you get. You get the exact same thing in the circle. Yeah. It's not everybody in the circle is very grounded, very down to earth. There's no airs and graces. Yeah. You show up when you can. You do what you want when you want. You come into the space when it suits you. We have some members who literally don't come to any of the live sessions, but they consume the content quietly in the background and they dip in and out when they want to. We have other members who don't touch any of the content and just come to the lives. We have other members who do a little mix of both. We have some who like literally, we don't see for months on end, but they know. I literally checked in with two members today who I haven't seen for a while. And I checked in, I was like, are you okay? I haven't seen you for a while. Just want to make sure anything you need support with. Because that's important to me to make sure that I don't have a massive membership, nor do I ever want it to be massive. I want to always be able to check in with people. And I checked in with a few people today, and one girl came back and she was like, thank you so much for checking in. I actually am okay. I've just got a lot going on and I'll be back when I have time. And I'm like, that's good. Another one came back and says, yeah, look, I'm having a few difficulties. I was like, how can I support you? Right? That's what we're like. Circles like meeting your friends for coffee. And it really is. Really is, Lisa. Come on in. Can't wait to get you in. Can't wait to get you in. Linda, mine's a bit old school. I'm every woman by Shaka Khan. What a tune. Glenn, you may save this playlist and then share the playlist in the, in the group. This is all pretty good. Okay, let me have a look and see. So I'm going to go back to yesterday's AMA because I missed a couple of questions yesterday. So Lynn, you asked a question yesterday about cards. You had said, long after pulling the cards, I did start to look some things up, but quickly decided that wasn't a good idea. Okay. However, I noticed references to you now, blockage, and future. Should I have been pulling cards in a specific way? I'm assuming my interpretation would then be different in each case. Okay. So when it comes to pulling tarot cards, just to answer these questions from yesterday that I missed, when it comes to pulling cards, and I'll cover this because anybody who joins this week before 9 o'clock on Sunday can jump into a free tarot masterclass with me. So I'll go into it in much more detail then because you've stepped in. You're going to get the masterclass. So basically, when you pull cards, you can pull them in any way. So if you're only pulling one card, you might say, what do I need to know today? And you'll pull a card, right? And you might pull maybe the Empress, for example, from the Major Arcana. And you look at that and you'll be like, oh, and it's very earthy. It's a symbolic representation of Mother Earth, the ultimate goddess, right? And you might be like, what do I need to know right now? I need to nurture myself. When did I last eat? When did I last move my body? When did I last do something? And the tarot then can spark you to do something else. Yeah. You can, of course, as you get more familiar with the cards, you can start to pull them into bigger things. So you can pull a 3 card spread like past, present, future. If you're trying to make a decision, you can do pros, cons, advice. And yes, then the card that lands in that position has to be read accordingly. Now that's a little bit more of an advanced skill. So what I would suggest you do right now is that you just maybe pull 1 card. You can pull 3 if you want, and you can go, so how did I get here? Where am I now? What do I need to know? And where am I heading? Past, present, future, essentially. Um, and that will shape how you answer the question. And that will shape how you read the cards. And it is okay to use the guidebook. Okay. I'm just a bit fierce and be like, don't use the guidebook straight away because I'm trying to encourage you to develop the intuitive muscle rather than I'm just going to go and see what someone else says. I'm trying to encourage you all to step into your power a little bit more. Does that make sense? Let me know, Lynn, if that answers that question because I missed that one yesterday. And then you had asked a Reiki question. Is Reiki something I can do on myself and really benefit from? Re-inflammation, pain? Yes. Short answer, yes. Reiki is brilliant for self healing. You simply put your hands on your body. Hi, Wendy. You simply put your hands on your body and wherever you want. It can be for as long as you want, for as little as you want. With regards to learning it, I know that you're hopefully going to be home and in Northern Ireland whenever I'm running my next level one class. The level one class is simply one day. So if you can block that one day out of your diary and go, I don't care what anybody else is doing family wise, this is where I'm going. If you need a lift, I'll give you a lift. Okay. So to learn Reiki and to dedicate your time to it, literally it is a 1 day class in Belfast. And then because you've joined the circle now, Lynn, as well, you're going to have that support ongoing anyway. And my Reiki students get like 3 weeks of support with me as it is. So I'm there in the background if you need help on all the stuff. And it's just about a few minutes every day. With regards to does it help pain and inflammation? Yes, because it helps lower stress. There's meditation practices, breath work. There's a whole philosophy behind it. And it's to be honest, I am going to be actually changing how I'm delivering a lot of my Reiki training because level one's much bigger than it's given credit for. And actually, when I was delivering it last week, we went down so many rabbit holes because it was a small group. So we went down so many rabbit holes and we're discussing things. And I'm actually about to make it into a bigger program. That having been said, my Reiki students will be invited for that as well. So it's fine. But with regards to time and commitment, Lynn, it's 1 day. So if you're here on the 31st of May and you want to learn, I would urge you to come and learn in person if you want to. I also do deliver classes online. So we can sort something out if you're not home. Does that answer your question? Let me know. So I think that was the ones I've missed from day 3. Questions from today then. Let me just get them up. Let me get all the comments. Okay. Kathy. Kathy, are you on the live tonight? Let me know. Lynn says brilliant. Count me in. Awesome. Linda, honestly, our Monday circles are gorgeous. Monday was always a meh day, but not anymore. Really is a fabulous way to end what is often a tough day. I love that. I love that. Make us all shine our brightest selves and feel ready and energized to step into the rest of the week. Yeah, and I love that it's on a Monday. It started off on a Monday because, as Linda mentioned, I think yesterday, it started off as Mystical Moon Days, which was our tarot group. So when the pandemic happened, um, I was teaching tarot online, and taught all the way through 2020 and into 2021, where we're still locked down quite a bit. And Linda was one of the students. She did beginner's tarot, then she did intermediate tarot, she did advanced tarot, then she did astro tarot. And then the group didn't want to break. So the group then sort of was like, can we keep going? So we did every fortnight. And then I was like, listen, that was the birth of Soul Food Circle, because then I was like, well, what about in between then? We do healing and we do development and we do something else. And we started to bring it in, you know. Janae, I don't have tarot cards. I have a Kabbalah deck and animal cards. Yeah, absolutely. You can use whatever cards you want. So you can use angel cards, oracle cards. You can use anything you like. When I'm saying about the free bonus for joining the circle, um, I talked last night on the live when I was delivering the information about what's involved and what's in the circle and the bonuses and things. So Natalie is given a Going Beyond the Veil bonus session, and Linda has written and created a beautiful ritual and self-empowerment magic practice for you to do a spell work. And I decided impromptu on the call last night because it was card night. I was like, I'll do a card masterclass. So yeah. Um, and Linda says, true story. Once you're in, you won't want to leave. Yeah, I promise it's not a cult. I promise. But yeah. So let me say, Kathy, I'm not sure if Kathy's on the call, but Kathy had asked, would love some advice on connecting with my guide. So Natalie had answered it in the chat and said about meditation being key because sitting in stillness and things. But Kathy had come back to say, that's my problem. I can't switch off. Let anybody else struggle to switch off? Anybody else struggle to sit, in meditation and to stop their mind? You're welcome, Janae. Um, Anybody else struggle with that? And you most definitely will be able to join. I have so many ideas. I have so many ideas for how we can make it happen, how we can get you getting the clients in that you need. So many, so many. Um, so that you can make it happen. Um, but in answer to Kathy's question, so Kathy was saying she struggles to quieten her mind. She can't seem to switch off. And uh, the the traditional answer, when it comes to connecting with guides, the typical normal answer is your guides are always present. It's like I did answer this one, I think, on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember what day, but it was about having that sacred breath, that invitation, that meditation, those sorts of things. But if you really struggle to settle down and you have a resistance to meditation and you can't switch off, I'm going to say two things. First of all, you can switch off, but right now you can't. Right now it's become a my brain's too busy and I can't. So that's okay. So don't fight that. When your brain is really busy like that and you're finding it hard or impossible to switch off, then pause. It is a practice, as Janae has said in the comments. It is a constant process to become present. That's the practice of meditation, is to notice that your mind's busy and to bring it back, to notice it and bring it back, to notice and bring it back. So that's the skill. That's the skill of meditation, is to go, no, no, I can switch off because I'm sovereign. I own my power. However, with neurodiversity, and with spicy brain and with all different things and modern pace of life, sometimes initially it's not helpful for me to go, no, you will just sit, because that will make you dig your heels in a little bit more. Wendy has said sometimes she struggles to switch off, but she just relaxes with music. So that was going to be one of my suggestions for you, that if you struggle to switch your mind off, is there anything you do, Kathy, that lets you, where you do find yourself in flow? Do you write? Do you paint? Do you garden? Do you cook? Do you sing? Do you sew? Do you dance? Do you do anything that kind of lets you step into that nice space? Yeah. Um, if so, do more of that. Your spirit guides in the universe will meet you where you're at. Quite often we try too hard. We try and try and try and we push and push and push instead of just leaning back and allowing it to come to us. Your guides will communicate with you in whatever way you're used to receiving communication. So we talked a little bit last night about the clairs, about the sight, clairvoyance, clairaudience. We talked about clairsentience, claircognizance. We just talked about the four last night. But and yeah, Elaine, meditation takes a massive amount of practice. It's a lifetime practice. It's not a, well, I will learn to meditate and then I will have it all and it will be sorted, right? It doesn't matter how long you're doing it. And here's the secret: your mind's not supposed to be quiet all the time. That's where your thoughts are. It's like getting pissed off at the road because there's traffic on it. It's supposed to be there. Your thoughts are supposed to be in your mind. The secret is just to take a seat at the side of the road and watch them rather than running up and down the road with them. And it's a disciplined practice to do that. But you can do automatic writing. You can allow yourself just to scribble and draw. I actually have a creative practice that I would encourage people to do. Some of my clients who struggle to shut their mind down, we can there's creative art that we can do where we can draw like random pictures and start to color in, and then gradually start to bring like frequency music in and things like that, that before you know it, it's like nearly fooling your brain into calming down, you know. But it's really about allowing yourself to notice as well, to ask for a sign that you will understand. Always say that I will recognize and understand, and then be open to what you get. So for me, I'm very clairaudient. So for me, it comes by way of sounds and by music on the radio, lyrics, snippets of conversation that people have, something that I overhear, or I'm also very clairsentient and I will feel it in my body. I tend to get both. And the more I've worked with this, the more all the clairs have started to evolve out, and they're all kind of pretty evenly matched now. But once you catch this, Kathy, let me know. Let me know if it works, because I know I'm not sure if you're live with me on the call tonight. So leave me a wee comment when you catch the replay, and hopefully that will answer your question about that. Um, Let me see. You have loads of questions. I was laughing at Anne's. I said this morning on the task thread, normally by day four, engagement goes down. You guys are brilliant. You guys are different. You guys have been so on it the whole way through this week. So massive gold star for you. So Anne has about 5 or 6 questions in this one. So first one, what's a simple but powerful way to reconnect with my magic when I feel disconnected? Great question. Okay, so disconnection happens when we get stuck in here. Yeah, when we get stuck in the mind rather than in our body and rather than feeling into our energy. So, quick ways to shift that, move the energy through your body. So, move your body. Yeah, dance, shake, tap. Anybody do EFT tapping? We had a guest expert into the circle doing tapping. It was really good. Place your hands on your body, channel some Reiki. Yeah, and move. You can move when you channel Reiki. You don't have to sit still. Um, Elemental reconnections as well. So you can work with a fire, you can gaze into a flame, into a candle, or into a fire pit, or you can have a lovely ritual bath and really give yourself some self-care and put some lovely essential oils and things like that. If you don't have a bath and you've only got a shower, then you can create like a beautiful like herb. Um, Linda, help me out here. What's the name of that? Where it's like a meno brain, right? A bag with herbs in it, tie it into your shower and let this steam from the shower infuse, and you can use it that way if you don't have a bath. You can hand wash with intention, just something even small, walk barefoot, stand on the grass, stand on a natural surface, you know, hold a crystal in your hand, gaze into it, meditate into the crystal. Yeah. I love that Lynn has shared the playlist. Wendy says there's some great meditation frequency music on YouTube that you find helps. Brilliant. Brilliant. So Kathy, Wendy has shared some information in the chat as well. Um, and let me know, does that help? Powerful way to reconnect with your magic when you feel disconnected. It's because you're getting stuck in here in your head instead of in your body. So get down into your body and move. Yeah. You can buy aromatherapy melts for the shower. Thank you for that, Karen. How are you doing? I was talking about you earlier on. Did you hear me? Um, Pomander bag. Yeah, that's not the word I was looking for, but that's the same thing. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called. Elaine, I connect a lot better in the bath. A lot of people do because in the water, right? So water, water helps move energy much faster, which is why Reiki flows better in a hydrated body. So if you any of the Reiki practitioners in the room, if you ever find that your Reiki's a bit stop start and it's not very reliable, drink more water. Yeah. Yes, Linda. I remember when you said if you didn't have a bag, use your knickers, and then we had a laugh. These are the type of conversations we have in the circle. Linda, you need to explain where that came from because people will be like, why are you telling people to use their knickers? Linda was running a circle session with us and she was talking about putting herbs in the bath and she was like, if you didn't have a bag, use your knickers or use a bra. And it was like hilarious. Um, and I was like, dear God, I'd made a lot of herbs the size of my knickers, whereas my stepdaughters are like cheeseware. The size. You can get any herbs in them. Okay, so you don't like baths, but you love sea swimming. Okay, so in order to reconnect with your magic, get to the sea. You tell me you live in Cornwall, so you near the sea. Is that right? My UK geography's shite. Little drawstring bags, Linda, that's the word. That's the word. Could I remember? No. Let me know if that helps. So, um, you had also then asked, how can I move through self-doubt when stepping into my power feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar? Brilliant question, right? Because power can feel uncomfortable. This work we're doing this week feels uncomfortable. Yeah, Wendy, you can use tights as well. Um, the power can feel uncomfortable because we've been so conditioned to dim it, to doubt it, to defer it to others. So this is how we retrain ourselves by doing the work this week. Yeah, by doing the work this week. So get yourself to the beach, Anne, right, for a start and get yourself out there. But also with the power thing, Now, this is cheesy. This is going to sound cheesy, and you're probably going to go, absolutely not doing this because this is going to feel awkward. But I want you to stand in front of a mirror and look yourself in the eye and make yourself a promise. I trust myself. It's safe for me to be powerful. We sometimes when we're stepping into our power, we start to equate power with um having power over someone, and we start to go down that negative path of, like, perhaps certain world leaders who are having power over people, and not in a good way. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the power from within, where you're standing in your own inherent sovereign power, in your inherent right to be here, your unapologetic warrior goddess power that we're tapping into today. And from that space, it is safe to be powerful. And you look yourself in the mirror and you go, it's safe for me to be powerful. It's a really powerful way of doing it. Now, it'll feel awkward at first when you're looking in the mirror doing that. It's a little bit like smiling into the mirror and saying, I love you. It can feel really awkward, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The body can't tell the difference between a fake smile in the mirror and a real one. It can't also, if you're standing doing like those power poses and embodying that and taking up more space, it naturally raises your power. Okay. And little tiny acts of boldness every day. Do little tiny thing that just pushes you that wee bit, makes you feel a wee bit uncomfortable. So, like, you published your website and then you told people, amazing. And you tell somebody something else about it. You maybe put a picture of your beautiful face up online instead of an AI image. You show somebody who you are. You start a conversation with somebody you wouldn't have a conversation with. You come to something like this and show up every day. Yeah. And that is how you can retrain yourself. Okay. How you can move through self doubt as you're stepping into your power, because you just trust yourself a little bit more each day. As you push yourself that little bit, you realize the sky doesn't fall in. You're like, okay, okay. I wonder what would happen if. My word for this year is curiosity. I wonder what would happen if. Try something. Let's get curious, get playful. Yeah. And it says, saying I'm standing in my authentic self feels safer for me. So say that. Yeah. Say that. Karen says, I like calling it compassionate power that lifts you and others. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So it's not about having power over someone, it's about having power within. And as you start to trust that and lean into it, the self doubt does shift. It really does. Because here's the thing, you see, when we're doing something new, when we actually push ourselves out to do it, we only have to hold that uncomfortable feeling for, I think it's like 12 seconds, and then it diminishes. It's like the first 12 seconds, it's like, breathe into it, realize the sky's not falling in, and then all of a sudden the adrenaline spike comes down and you can move forward. Confidence coach taught us that in the circle one day. Reframe as well. Queen of the reframe. You're not becoming powerful. You've always been powerful. You're just peeling back the layers of bullshit that told you you weren't. How's that feel? Let me know how that feels. Let me see. What was your other questions? How do I balance being open to guidance whilst also trusting my own inner wisdom? A lot of people struggle with this because we've been so conditioned to seek external validation. Yes, Karen, it was Darren Danks, Dazzle Danks. It was. You told us that. Yeah, feels right. Feels scary. Of course, it feels scary because it's new, but it's okay. That's okay. We do it together. Okay. So balancing your guidance, trusting your wisdom. A lot of people have been conditioned. Most of us have been conditioned at some stage in our life to seek external validation from other people. Yeah. So let's find a balanced approach here. You can ask for guidance from your cards, from your spirit guides, from your highest self. Yeah. And when the guidance comes in, you sit with it. Before doing anything with it, you sit with it and you think, how does this feel in my body? Do I feel expanded? Remember the pendulum thing we talked about the other night? Does this feel like it's right for me? Does it feel like it's not right for me? Do I feel contracted? How how does it feel? Because this is the thing, even divine messages require discernment. You have to own your authority here. Something doesn't feel energetically aligned, then trust that. Trust yourself enough to question it. In Catalyst, we were putting our business offers through an energetic filter to see if they worked for us. And a lot of people made a lot of changes in those 8 weeks, myself included. That's okay, Lynn. So the reframe of this balance being open to guidance while trusting your inner wisdom. You are the authority in your life, and guidance is a tool. It's not your master. Okay. So you start to lean in and you begin to notice. For me, it's about becoming more observant. So notice. My spiritual mentor has been telling us, she's like, I want you to read more poetry. I want you to notice more. I want you to get better with words and describing what you see because that helps you translate the guidance that's coming through. So we're doing a lot of work in the Akashic records at the minute, and it's about pulling that information through. Another question you asked is, how can I strengthen my energetic boundaries while staying open to my gifts? Elaine, I'm great at telling other people, oh, aren't we all? We're all good at doing that. It's about having to learn to walk your talk, isn't it? So, strengthening your energetic boundaries while staying open to your intuition. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Okay, so don't ever be ashamed of being sensitive and having sensitivities. Um, but it's a superpower when your boundaries are good, when your boundaries are strong. So, in order to strengthen those boundaries, maybe you do the cord cutting exercise, maybe repeat day two's task. Yeah. Speaking to, was it Wendy earlier? I was asking you to do it again. You were talking about something was coming up for you, and I was like, do that exercise again. See how you feel. You know, um, you can cleanse, clear, delete, get rid of the stuff, and then surround yourself in a beautiful aura. You're Reiki trained as well, and so connect to your Reiki, and that will root you in highest unconditional love. You can obviously ground your energy very nicely as well, imagining roots, whatever works for you. Everybody has their own way of grounding. Some people like to stamp, some people like to sit and ground, some people like to walk about. Hi, Amory. So there's lots of different things anchoring you back into your sovereignty. And remember, you can cut things, you can release what's not yours, you can send back to sender. And all of those boundaries then help you stay within your authentic self. And from that space, it's easier to access your intuition because intuition just means your inside teacher. Yeah. You don't have to shrink to be safe. Your boundaries are there. They don't cut you off. You're not putting a wall up. The boundary isn't a wall. Okay. Boundary's not a wall. Protection isn't a wall. Okay. We can be rooted and grounded to the earth. We can be connected to the highest heavens and that frequency of love. And from that space, we're naturally protected and we have a beautiful boundary around us. And from there, we can lean into our intuition. Let me know if that helps. Okay. Let me see other questions that come in today. Joanne had asked me about um RH negative blood. I don't know. I'm not. I'm medically trained, but not like that. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, Anna, you had said when it comes to practice, is there too little? I think you might have mentioned about this, but how helpful would it be if I just got 15 to 30 minutes a day? Extremely helpful. There's no such thing as too little. 1 minute is better than no minutes. The only thing that's too little is none at all. Okay. During the week, it's not that easy. Many things to practice from the clairs to Reiki to cards. Okay. So What I want to say to you, Anna, and to everybody is that as we go through our spiritual journey, we collect all these different tools. So we have Reiki practice, and your Reiki teacher's telling you you've got to meditate and breath work and put hands on and do this. And then you're learning cards, and your card teacher's telling you you've got to pull cards every day. And then you've got a journal. And then somebody else is saying, oh, you've got to get outside and put your feet in the ground. Somebody else is saying, oh, you've got to breathe in a certain way. Somebody else is saying you've got to tap in a certain way. Somebody else is saying you've got to sit and connect with your spirit guide. And you're like, oh my God, how many things do I have to do? Does that sound familiar? Now, give me a two in the comments, folks, if that sounds familiar, that there's just so many things to do. And you're like, oh my God, how do I get this all fitted in? Yeah. So there's a couple of ways I manage that because I collect spiritual tools because I love them, right? And there's a couple of ways of managing it. You can choose to have something that you focus on, maybe look at all those twos, right? So you can choose, remember, you're in control, right? You're in control. So you can choose to have, yeah, and it can get really overwhelming. Yeah, really overwhelming. So pick one thing to focus on for a month. So let's use Reiki as an example, right? If you focus on your Reiki practice for a month, for example, and you choose that for 15 minutes just a day, all you're going to do is you're going to sit and you're going to allow yourself to give yourself Reiki, or it might not be that you're giving yourself Reiki. You might sit and you do one of the breath practices, or you decide that you're just going to sit in Gasho and you're going to recite the principles. Any one of those practices is doing more than just Reiki. It's connecting you with your breath, which connects you with your body, helps you embody the energy. It in turn helps you channel the energy. It in turn helps you then start to listen to what's going on inside. And it in turn then starts to feed one or more of your clairs, right? And that's through 15 minutes of Reiki. It might be that you decide, right, okay, for the next month, I'm going to focus on my card reading. And you decide that you're going to pull a card every day and you're going to sit with it. You can sit with it, you can meditate with it, you can journal with it, you can do whatever. And again, it's doing multiple things. So all these things are tools. Tarot is a tool, Reiki is a tool, tapping is a tool, meditation is a tool, breath work is a tool. They're all different tools in the toolkit, and you choose the one you want to work with. So you can choose a different one every day if you want, or you can pop them all in. You can pop them all in, like you can pop them all into an imaginary jar and say, which spiritual tool shall I play with today? If you don't like to be, I don't like to tell myself what I'm going to do every day because then my rebel comes out to play and goes, no, not doing that because you told me to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Any other rebels in the house? Is it just me? Um, my personal practice is that I do my morning pages. So I do a little bit of when I first wake up, when the alarm goes off, I do a little bit of Reiki in bed. My partner gets up first, so I have a few minutes where I can just lie, give myself Reiki, breathe, set my intentions for the day. I then get up, get washed, get dressed, come downstairs, have breakfast, and then whenever everybody goes out to work, I then do my morning pages. I read my cards. I do, if I'm going to do another meditation, I'll do it then. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Um, but I have that practice. That's my start to the day. Now I'm blessed that I work for myself, so I can set my schedule. Whenever I was running about doing all the things, remember I mentioned earlier in the week that I was being a carer for mum. I was volunteering for the ambulance. I was working full time. I was also trying to run my business. I was trying to be a mum. I was trying to do all things, and the plates were all spinning. I didn't have the half hour. Didn't have 30 minutes a day to do all the stuff. So my practice may have just literally been me. What do I need to know today? Sent me a sign that I'm on the right path, and then watching for it as the day went on. So your practice can be as big or as little as you want. Does that help, Anna? Does that help like manage the expectations? You don't have to do all the things all the days, even a few minutes a day. And it's about integrating it into your day. So my Reiki practice is just second nature now. My Reiki's on 24/7 and it's just there because I've used it so much. My disciplined practice back in the day of getting into meditation and being able to drop in at a moment's notice, no matter even if I was disturbed, now comes in very handy. So if I'm out and about and I'm in a busy shopping centre and I'm getting overwhelmed, I can drop into my breath and I can tap into that moment in that ocean of calm. That's what the practice is for. Does that help? Let me know if that makes help. Um, and it feels good idea for me to have a focus until I will be able to do yeah, absolutely. So pick one, pick one and focus on it for a week or a month, and then you can say, right, okay, I'm going to try one of my other ones now and pick it. And that's what in the circle, because we rotate through things every week. There's something different we're doing every week. There's always something in there that we can help focus on, and you can obviously use the group as well if you come into the circle. You had also asked Anna about signals and extremes. I sometimes fear I'm too focused in daily life to see them, and maybe they could have been in front of me and I might just have missed them. Other weeks I'm trying to see things where there might be nothing to see. Okay, so this is very much about frequency and energetics. Imagine you buy a red car, then everybody will have a red car. You'll see it everywhere. Imagine you start to talk about something. You ever get this? You start to talk about something and then you see adverts for it everywhere, and then other people are talking about it, and it starts to come in because you're on the frequency. There are other times where we're asking for a sign and then we don't see it. And I sometimes think my spirit guides are going, for the love of God, open your eyes, lady. Um, so I have learned very much to go, give me a sign that I will see, recognize, and understand. And that changes it for me. I'm very much a firm believer that if you believe something is a sign, then it is. So if you see a feather and you believe that's a sign from your angels, then it is. Because that's how you're perceiving it and you shape your reality. And yes, sometimes we are too busy with life and we don't notice. So sometimes it is about just looking up and noticing what's around us. The more we start to look for synchronicities, the more we see them, which is why it's really important that whenever you're choosing to look through your eyes every day, that you're choosing through the mindset and your filter, that you're choosing to look through the filter of what you want to see and what you would love to see in the world rather than what you don't want. Too often we look through the filter of negativity and fear and judgment, and then we see that reflected back to us. So it's the same principle. Does that make sense? Let me know if that helps. Let me go back now. I think I've answered. Have I answered? I've answered all those questions. I think I've answered all the questions. If I haven't answered your question, drop it into the chat tonight. Wendy, you're a bit of a rebel too. You definitely have to come into the circle because we're all rebels in there, particularly that Karen one. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, see. Anne Marie, not normal headaches. What's wrong? You sore head? I didn't see another comment about headaches. Yes, Wendy, it doesn't have to be complicated. Linda, I think it's like food. Pick and eat from the spiritual menu. What do you fancy? I like it. Yeah, each day may be different. Absolutely. Absolutely, and that's why Soul Food Circle was called Soul Food Circle. It was originally designed as a menu, as a pick and mix. You decide which one you want, and you go and you pick the things you want. Let's see. Anne says the first thing I do is go outside into the garden, stand in the grass, use gasho, and recite the Reiki principles. I then go for a 30-minute walk where I say affirmations out loud, followed by a 10-minute chakra meditation, and that helps you stay grounded, present, and connected. Beautiful. Glad it helps, Anna. There is no reality beyond what we see through our filters. Absolutely, Karen. Absolutely. But yes, Wendy has said she's a bit of a rebel, Karen. She's not alone, sure she's not. Karen's getting her sass on this year. Did I see that there was a sass playlist doing the rounds? Did I see? Did I imagine that? I did. Karen says, love this. I have a sass playlist. Beyonce, Rihanna, Gaga. Nice, nice, nice. Um, very good. Very good. Lynn's got the Warrior Goddess playlist going. I am loving this. Let me know how you're all doing. Let me know how you're all doing. Ready for a little bit of Warrior Goddess teaching? How is it 8 o'clock? How have I been talking to you for an hour already? You guys must all be sick of the sound of me. How are we feeling? Anybody else going to join Lynn? Come into the circle? Anybody sitting on the fence getting splinters in their bum? How can we get those splinters out? What would turn you from a fence sitter into a absolutely yes, I'm in? Let me know in the chat. Going to talk to you a little bit now about this warrior goddess. Um, Karen says, Wendy, you'll fit in nicely enjoying her and Arlene in your badass era. I know. I think Lisa's joining too. Aren't you, Lisa? You say you were coming in. Lynn's like, come on in. She's already in. She's already in. Kick ass Kaza. These are hilarious. You are actually hilarious. Okay. So let's get to the point of tonight. Hopefully I've answered all your questions. Let me know, folks, if there's anything else you still need to ask it. And there'll be an Ask Me Anything again tomorrow. Okay. And little spoiler alert. Because I can't keep secrets from you guys. I'm terrible. Um, so tomorrow is our final day. Tomorrow is about you writing a manifesto to each other or to yourself, a sacred contract, right? And tomorrow is supposed to be our last day, but I will be back here on Sunday night. But on Sunday night, I'm going to give you a Zoom link. So if you want to come and actually talk to me, so that I'm not just answering you in the chat. So I'll be on Zoom on Sunday night. But before that, say, keep no secrets from you guys. It's useless, isn't it? It's useless. Warrior goddess embodiment, right? So we've been talking tonight then about maybe some resistance, some fear, some worries about our power, all the different things we've been talking about. And the archetype of the warrior goddess we're embodying today. Yeah. There's a duality with her. Okay, so it's the divine feminine, and quite often the divine feminine seen as really soft and really gorgeous and really receptive and really yin and just like passive. And yes, she can be that. She can be soft, but she can be fierce. Yeah, she is fierce, but she is not reckless. She is powerful and deeply wise and nurturing at the same time. She will defend and kick your ass, but she will also create and protect and love and nurture. She'll destroy illusions and burn shit to the ground, but then she will also protect the truth and light things up. And that's the energy we're trying to create. That's the energy you were all creating today whenever you were embodying that this morning. Yeah. How does that energy feel? That energy feels amazing, right? A little bit scary, maybe, but amazing because that's our birthright. That is our birthright as human beings to stand in that power. And particularly as women, because we've been held down, subjugated, witch wounds, Atlantean wounds, all things we talk about inside Circle. And it's time for us to rise up and take that. It's time for us to rise up and take our power back. And to step into this energy that's bigger than us, to trust ourselves enough to know that this is right for us. You're all here for a reason. You're all here because this is speaking to you. Don't let this pass you by and be something else that you go, I wish I had done more. I wish when that opportunity had been there that I'd stepped more fully. Step more fully into your power and see what happens. It's always worth it because you're stepping into it from this space of being powerful and wise, being grounded, being compassionate, being authentic. You're not stepping into it to be an asshole. Okay. And this is why when we're in groups like this, when we're coming together, it works so much because We can feel that off each other. The energy this week has been really potent. And remember as well, it's eclipse season. The first eclipse is barely a week away. Whatever we're putting into action now will stay with us, so choose wisely. Yeah, see your opportunities as they come in, hold on to them, take them, step forward, and don't be frightened. If there's fear holding you back, then let's blast that shitty fear out of the water. Okay? Because fear isn't an enemy. Fear quite often can be a guardian. So I would invite you, if any of you have fear showing up, what are you afraid that's going to happen if you fully embody your power? And if you're brave enough, you can tell me in the chat. But if you don't want to share it, you don't have to. Because you might want to journal on it. What are you afraid will happen if you fully embody your power? And who told you? Who told you that you couldn't be this powerful? And imagine for just one moment, if there was nothing to hold you back, how would life be different? Fear can be your protector. It's trying to hold you. It's trying to hold you to keep you safe. It can be acknowledged. It can be thanked. And it can be redirected instead of being suppressed, being ignored, or letting it hold you back. How does that feel? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel. I am thirsty tonight. I'm just going to check the chat. Linda's like, yes, 100%, says Karen. You couldn't be in a better, supportive, honest, safe, and fun place. Thank you, Linda. It's a true story. Circle's my favourite place to hang out. Imagine if fear wasn't going to hold you back. How different would life be? So here's the thing about our shadow. Our shadow isn't just our fear. Our shadow is also all the gifts that we have rejected, the things about ourselves that we have repressed or pushed away because we're too frightened to show them. Bring this back in. And great question, Denise. More recently, I've started to say, is this fear or is it danger? Because two different things. And it's rarely danger. It's rarely danger. Let's see. Karen says, I suppressed fear for so long that I'm scared of my volatility when it goes off. But with the support and the tools, oh, thank you. You're mastering it and you are embracing your shadow, yeah. But this is something that we work on. This is the thing we do as well. So the circle, I want you to also realize the circle isn't just a space where we develop spirituality, we develop proper life skills in here too. Loving the vibe tonight, just what you needed. Good. Anne says, I would feel liberating. I would feel free. I would go live and talk about what I do and share my passions. That's my dream for you. And I would love to see you. I would love to see you there out doing that because if I can give you one piece of constructive advice, it's that I love what you do, but I don't see you telling me that you do it. It's always pictures. I would rather see you. And I know that's really scary. Why don't you start with a voiceover? Why don't you start with like maybe do a wee reel and just record your voice over the top of it? It doesn't still have to be your picture yet. And then as you start to realize the sky doesn't fall in, then gradually increase it a little bit. How does that feel? Completely unsolicited advice. I'm sorry you didn't ask about that, but it popped in. It popped in. Feel free to ignore me. Okay. What else do I want to talk to you about before we dive into our activation? Is there anything else you want to ask me about fear, about shadow, about goddess before we do anything, before we wrap up with our awakening? Wendy says she'd feel free. Hmm. Do you want, just after, as I read that, Wendy, do you know what's dropping in for me? Right. So I'd asked a lot of you this week about what it is you wanted, and a lot of people were saying clarity, connection, freedom, safety, all the different things. Do one little thing every day, tiny thing that gives you that. So if you want to feel free, do something in your day that makes you feel free because that accelerates the manifestation of that feeling of freedom into your life. Yeah. I love Anne's work too. Compassionate. This is what has made me go all like, why are you saying you don't feel you've got intuition? Because you're so intuitive. It's living and breathing through all your work. If it's one of these moments where I wish I could let you see yourself through our eyes because we all think you're fabulous. But imagine the things that you're wanting, folks. So you're wanting to get clear, then do something that makes you feel crystal clear. You're wanting to get connected, then do a little something that connects you to somebody. Elaine, you're still in hermit mode, and that's okay, right? We have a lot of hermits in the circle. We have a lot of like 99% of people in our circle are introverts. Believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert too. I'm only an extroverted introvert when I'm around you lot and people that I gel with the energetic frequencies with. But outside of like if you put me into another position, I would be very much introverted. And people don't believe that. They go, no way. Took a lot of shadow work and a lot of inner work for me to show up live and to do things like this. Particularly because I'm from Northern Ireland and I have like we have a very strong accent in Northern Ireland, and for a long time I couldn't listen to my own voice. Do you know how I got over that? I started recording meditations and I had to listen to them back to edit them, and I got over myself. And now I can listen to myself no problem. Happy tears though, Anne. Okay. Biggest hug. Biggest hug. Karen says when you work with animals, you have to be intuitive because they don't accept bullshit. Exactly. 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 Here's the thing. People know too. We all can read energy. We can all read energy. Okay. Drop me a one in the comments if you are ready to do your warrior goddess awakening meditation slash activation. Our little wrap up of meditative practice to fire you back up as I leave you for the night. Let me know. You've been practicing power and mirror, haven't you? Yes, Karen. How did you know? Look at all those ones. Awesome. We drink. Okay. Okay. So this is designed to help you meet your inner warrior goddess, to reclaim your power and to dissolve those last little bits of fear. Okay. No worries, Lynn. You can pick this up. Okay. So make yourself comfy if you can. If you are working, if you're out and about, if you're driving, then do this later. Don't be closing your eyes while you're driving, please. Um, but if it is safe for you to do so, okay, allow yourself to get comfy. And we're going to begin just by making yourself comfortable. And just when you feel ready, I invite you to close your eyes. And just begin to sink into your breath. Just breathing in through your nose and at the top of your breath, just holding it for a moment before exhaling slowly through your mouth. Just allowing yourself to breathe out for a little bit longer than breathing in. Just let yourself sink into the stillness, feeling the weight of your body supported by the surface beneath you. With every breath, you're dropping deeper and deeper into your own presence. Just breathe and feel yourself settling, giving yourself permission to be fully present here now, grounded, centered, safe. And now I invite you, in whatever way works for you, to feel, sense, see, hear, know. Imagine the golden red energy rising from the earth, swirling around your feet, moving up your legs and wrapping around your waist and settling into your womb space. If it feels good for you, I invite you to place a hand on your lower abdomen and another hand on your heart space. As this golden red energy wraps up around you and settles into your lower abdomen, into your womb space. This is the energy of the warrior goddess within you. The part of you that is fierce, wise, and unstoppable. And as you continue to breathe, feel this energy rising into your heart, igniting a fire within, flame of courage, of power, of truth. And just breathe into this energy, this essence. We're going to allow this energy to transport us now. With each breath, you feel yourself transported to a vast, ancient temple. The walls are etched with symbols of power. Torches flicker, casting golden light across the stone floor. You're not here by accident. This is a place where warrior goddesses have trained for lifetimes. A sacred space for awakening. As you walk through the temple, you hear the distant sound of drums, the heartbeat of the earth itself, calling you deeper and deeper into your power. With every step, you feel stronger, more certain, more alive. Ahead of you, in the center of this temple, stands a figure. She is radiant, fierce, and utterly untamed. This is you, the version of you that has fully stepped into her power, the warrior goddess within. She turns to face you, eyes burning with the wisdom of lifetimes. She smiles. not with softness, but with knowing. She has been waiting for you. She steps forward and places something into your hands, a sacred tool, a weapon, or a symbol of your strength. Maybe it's a sword, a staff, a scepter, an amulet, a flame. Whatever she gives you, trust that it carries the essence of your power. Feel its weight in your hands. Feel its energy merge with your own. This is not something new. This is something that you have always carried but may have forgotten. It is now time to remember. The warrior goddess looks into your eyes and speaks. You were never meant to shrink. You are ready. Take this power and rise. She gestures behind you, and you see something that has been holding you back, a chain, a shadow, a wall of doubt, fear, or hesitation. You realize this fear is not as powerful as you once thought. It has no real weight. It was only ever a story. The warrior goddess lifts her hand, and in an instant, the chains shatter, the shadow dissolves, and the wall crumbles. A surge of power, freedom, and clarity rushes through your body. You stand taller, stronger, more yourself than ever before. Warrior goddess steps closer, and you once again remember that she is you. You're not separate. You have never been separate. Every step of your journey has been leading you back to this moment, to this truth. You close your eyes and breathe her in, her strength, her wisdom, her unwavering certainty. It is now yours. It has always been yours. You see yourself standing now at the entrance of the temple, looking out into the world. You are no longer the same. You walk forward carrying this power, ready to embody your truth, your fire, your goddess energy. Breathe that in. Notice how your body feels. Notice your strength. Notice your courage. Notice your compassion. Notice everything that makes you the warrior goddess that you came here to be. And with that, slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the air on your skin. Bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Feel the support of the surface beneath you. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Have a stretch. And when you are ready, open your eyes. knowing that you have reclaimed something today, something sacred, something untamed, something undeniably yours. And I'll just give you a moment to write down or reflect on what you received, what was released, and what you now embody. When you are ready, you share with me in the comments. Tell me what you received and tell me what you let go of. Welcome back. Hmm. Felt powerful. Felt the energy of that one. Really nice. Really nice. You're welcome, Janae. Have a good day. Kathy, I see you're with us now. No worries, my darling. I answered your question earlier. Um, can't even remember when. Sorry, it was near the start, I think. Maybe about 20 minutes in, 15, 20 minutes in. Anne Marie has asked a question: how do you switch off at night time? Just in the same way, I would switching off at night time, Anne Marie, for me is about emptying your mind of all the stuff. So writing stuff down, journaling before bed's a really good way. Gets it all out of your mind. Maybe listen to some sleep music or frequency music if you need to. Give yourself Reiki. Lots of different ways. So how are we all feeling? Are we back? Are we back in the room? Let me know. Denise, you received a scroll of wisdom, released fear, and welcomed in self acceptance. Nice. Nice. What are you going to do differently now, every day, now that you've met your warrior goddess and integrated her? Wendy says, felt it was Kalima. Looked, and I saw what looked like a curved blade. I could feel a circular pressure near the center of my chest. Yes. Funny, we were talking about Kali today. I was talking about her earlier on. She's clearly here today. She wants to play. Beautiful. Proper goddess energy, yeah. There's so many different warrior goddess archetypes. There's Egyptian goddess, Sekhmet, probably saying these wrong, but fierce protector and healer, lion-headed goddess of war and destruction and healing, the Eye of Ra, destroying injustice, burning away what no longer serves. Her lesson is sometimes destruction is necessary to clear space for transformation. Then we've got Kali, the destroyer of illusion, the liberator, Wendy. Dark Mother, goddess of death, time, and transformation. She destroys fear and limitation, which is really interesting because you'd said to me earlier you felt a bit fearful. She does it from a place of love. So freedom comes when we release those illusions. You're more powerful than your fear. Then we've got Freya, the Norse warrior seer, the goddess of battle, magic, and love. She's a leader of warriors, master of Norse magic. She teaches that strength and love coexist. You don't have to choose between being soft and strong. You can be both at once. Embrace all of yourself. Then we've got Athena, Diana, the warriors, yeah, the strategists, goddess of war and wisdom. She fights with strategy, intelligence, not blind rage. Teaches patience, discernment, planning. Yeah, not all battles need to be fought. Choose where you place your energy. So much wisdom in the goddesses. That's okay, Lynn. You can come back to it, okay? Come back to it. There's always a reason. And you received a sword and you let go of doubt. Nice. You welcomed in strength, power, and unknowing. You feel inspired. Good. Karen, that was so powerful. I met her. It was who I meet a lot in dreams and in meditation spaces. Druid warrior, which she gifted me a crystal. I think it was selenite, blasted away fear. Good. Wendy just looked up what her weapons are and it said her sword symbolized the power of knowledge to cut through illusions. Yep. So Lynn lost us halfway through the awakening. Workmen come in, they blew out our power. It's okay. It's okay, right? Breathe. It'll be recorded. You can come back to it. Elaine says that was powerful. You received Thor's hammer and she removed chains from my ankles. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing. If you like this type of thing, for those of you who do choose to step into the circle, one of the things we did recently was the Atlantean wound healing. Another beautiful healer, Jen Thomas. Her and I did this together. Um, and she brought in Goddess Isis healing, and I brought in the Holy Fire, and we did a combined session, and that recording's in the circle. It's very powerful. It's a good one to revisit as well from time to time. Good job. So we're all feeling powerful. We're all feeling fired up. We're all feeling ready to go. Yeah, we're all feeling definitely ready to go. I am loving it. Let me know who is coming to join us in the circle. Move past the fear. It's time. Anna says, the goddess made me feel the fear is gone. She gave me a star to hold in my hand and remind me every time I need it, she is within myself, part of me. I have to leave now. That's okay, Anna. We're wrapping up now anyway. We're wrapping up now anyway. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I've dropped a link into the comments. This link will take you straight to the application. Okay. Save you having to scroll through a sales page. Come and join Lynn. Come and join the rest of us in the circle. Yes, it was incredible. The Atlantean wound healing. That was a fabulous session. It's definitely one to revisit over and over and over again. Um, Definitely one that I will be pointing you towards for those of you who come into the circle and who are like, where do I go first? I'll be like, try this. So definitely, definitely good. If any of you are sitting on the fence, getting splinters in your bum, reach out, send me a message. If you don't want to message me, you can message Natalie, you can message Linda, and they will speak to you. They will give you an unbiased view as to whether it's a space for you or not. Okay, so there will be never a hard sell. I just want as many of you in as possible. I think we've had such good fun this week. It would be amazing for us to take it further and to really keep going with this work because it's important. Okay. But I'm going to leave it there. It's 8:30, 90 minutes. Trying to keep these to no more than 90 minutes for you because I'm aware you get time pressures on you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this week. I will see you tomorrow. We have got one more. Okay, so tomorrow you're going to write your sacred manifesto and your promise to yourself. And you're going to tell me how you're taking things forward. You're going to tell me how you're, tell yourself, promise yourself, make a promise to yourself that you're not going to let all this work that you've done this week go to waste. Okay, that you're going to use it. You're going to embody it. You're going to take it forward into your life. Yeah. Have a really nice night, whatever you're up to. Nice day, nice night, whatever you're up to. And Lynn, I will be checking your application ASAP. You're welcome, Elaine. You're so welcome. Come and join us in the circle. Come and join us. You're all so welcome. I see you all tomorrow for our last day. And we'll have some fun tomorrow night. Good night.